Short video on some of the products that are going on the car. Here's some insulation for the wiring harness. Different types. Here's some more insulation for harnesses and such. Not really doing product placement, but DEI does make awesome stuff. There's some more sleeving. Let's see these pads. I got more pad like that, just high temp stuff. Some various tapes, mainly aluminumized fiberglass tape. You can't really see the fiberglass in there. Let's see if that's that. Oops, but it's got a little bit of fiberglass in it. Really thin sheet. And then we got the fiberglass rolls, which those are always nasty to deal with. If you've ever done with them before, especially an old one off of a car, trying to take it off, they're nasty. So, but they do the best, man. Fiberglass just does the best. Fiberglass. Fiberglass. Yeah. And steel zip ties. Some good high temp 3M Scotch tape. That's pretty much it for all the heat protection. But whenever you want to build something that you want to last, there you go. So, y'all remember this cylinder head. The reason we're here today, I wanted to see what we actually did to the other cylinder head. So you can see that nice machine line right there. There's a sharp edge just on the back side of that. So we look at the exhaust, and it's got that same sharp edge. Right where you see the shadows start on the exhaust port, that's where that edge is. Look over here and look at this other exhaust port. It's the same way. Got a really sharp cast. Same with that intake port. So you can see the machine lines going all the way back. You can see how rough the cast is. You can see how it's got chunkage in there, and you can see there's a cast line. Even with all the carbon on the exhaust, you can see that there's a cast line in there. Let's get you a better angle. Right there. You can see the cast line. Alright. We can look at the ports. They're dirty, so it's kind of misleading. But you can kind of get an idea of the size of what they are right now. We only went like a 1.5 millimeters over. So on the intake, you can see the profile where the injector goes in there. You can see how sharp that is. Even on the oval port, it's still really sharp. You can see the cast line all the way down here. Let's see if I can get the camera and the light in there. Hang on. Decided to get a stock intake manifold and show y'all what all happened inside of here. So mainly it was this lip getting knocked down and then getting opened up probably about 1 millimeter by 1.5 millimeters. Here's where the upper intake manifold goes to the lower, and you can see these machine lines inside of here. There's actually a sharp line right there. That's pretty much the only one with it on that side. There's one with it on the top side right there. It's big enough I can catch my nail on it and wham, right? Same with that one. That one's got one I can catch my nail on. So, no more machine lines. These only got opened up like half millimeter. And knock down the machine lines on it. So This is the before of the throttle body. This is the after of the throttle body. Let's go and look at that again. Look on that side. I'm gonna do a little bit more work to it, but you'll get the idea what's happening on that. Over here, you can see those machine lines. See that machine line, right? See that one? They're on the inside of it. Not on those, not too bad. On that one you can definitely see it. Alright. Let's put it down here. That is huge. That's a huge lip. Same with those. Right. Let's flip it over. See that machine line goes all the way up. And the after. That one, wherever the shadow starts, you can still see those little humps in there. Didn't want to dig it out too far. Give you an idea how much everything got ported, I guess you could look at the top of the injectors, how thick that cast is and how far it is now. So if you'll notice that the ports aren't directly straight intersecting with the head gasket plane, they're a little bit off center. If they were centered, they'd have been right here, but they're a little bit off center. So you kind of got to keep that orientation with the cylinder head. Yeah. So looking at a round port, there's the, try to get the video perfectly parallel with the head gasket. That's kind of difficult. Anyways, you can see how it's a little offset in that direction. And that's because that's where the port's gotta go. All the way back there. So we gotta look at the cylinder head now. So you can see right there the cast line. It's fairly visible. You can see these jut out into the way of the airflow. So we're looking at the original port. We're looking at my new port. New port. Original port on the oval. And the new port. And this is, it might have a funny egg shape to it now because that's been blended in to this. So I made a custom 1/4-inch shank to get that cut in correctly. Alright, so that's all on the intake side. Let's look at the exhaust. You can't really make out much on the exhaust, but you can see there's a cast line. It's dirty, obviously. Let's see what you can make out here. No? So I didn't do but a 1/2 millimeter, maybe less. Just knocked down the cast lines on the side and stopped sanding at that. Opened up the ports just a little bit. I guess that's not where I was focusing on. Let's look at this here. So we got more cast lines, more machine lines, another sharp edge, more cast lines, more machine lines. That one makes a little dish inside of there. Another sharp edge, another sharp edge. That one's actually pretty drastic. It's really tall. I guess you can't really see that. But it just falls off right there. You can see the shadow is really sharp even. So, what are we looking at here? No more sharp edges. Really rounded on the intake. Really rounded on the exhaust. So to give you an idea, before and afters. Alright. Y'all have a